Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back at it again. It is myself, good old MF Michael Fletcher, alongside my partner in crime, Anthony Florio. We welcome you to night 2 of WrestleMania, the recap, and we will start it off, guys, with the first fight of the evening, which was Brock Lesnar going one-on-one with Obafemi, the winner of the bout, in 4 minutes and 45 seconds was Obafemi. Uh, Look, I know a lot of people are gonna gripe about the match. I know a lot of people are gonna gripe about the time of the fall, everything else. No, this was excellent storytelling on multiple factors. Number one, Oba getting the win is the right call. It was absolutely the right and necessary thing for all of us. We all felt like Oba definitely was deserving of the WrestleMania moment. Oba was definitely the star of the segment and the whole 9 yards. Brock Lesnar was able to figure out Oba and had Oba in a moment. He had him work that he had to make him work for the win. He had to make him think that, hey, I'm not as indestructible. And for the first time, Oba felt some pain. Oba had to feel that kind of thing. Is like, you've been running through everybody. Now you finally found somebody who is your equal. But Oba took what Brock threw at him and came back and finished him. That fall from grace at the end, what is going to be one of those iconic moments we'll always remember at a WrestleMania. But it also comes with something else. After the match was over, Brock Lesnar looked disheveled, looked distraught. Like, I cannot believe that just happened. Like, what else could I do? He took off his gloves, threw it down on the mat, took his then took his ring boots and placed that on the mat. For what it's worth, Brock Lesnar just retired tonight at WrestleMania. If this is the case, this gives me more respect to Brock Lesnar than ever before. He let Obafemi conquer the beast. It's almost similar and weird. Because think about it. 30 years ago, it was about 12 years ago when the Undertaker streak got broken by Brock Lesnar. Taker said that we didn't know that he wanted Lesnar to be the one to break it. Even though at the time we all kind of were feeling like, what the heck? Why? Why did the streak have to end? Why? Lesnar went on business on his own. No. Taker made the call. He was the one that allowed this to happen. Taker let Brock take him out and break the streak. And now, we now find out a little bit later, after the match was over, that Brock handpicked Obafemi to be the one to face off with him at WrestleMania. So, guess what? It's a full circle moment. Oba gets the rub. Oba becomes the next big thing. Oba becomes the guy because Brock Lesnar allows this to happen. If I'm you, I'm tipping my cap to the Beast Incarnate. I'm tipping my cap to Brock Lesnar because he did not have to do that. He could have been stubborn as heck. He could have done his typical thing and try to oversee and you know what, to not let Oba get the moment. And he did. I was saying that, and this was the same thing that my Discord crew was saying, and I'm telling you all what they're saying. We all deserve a tip of the cap and a thank you, Lesnar, for what he just did, because he just made Oba Femi a megastar tonight at WrestleMania. That jetpack is now on his back, and he's going places that only we can think of and dream of right now. This was a 2.5-star match. Yes, the outcome was never in doubt. Yes, we felt something different about this matchup. But damn it to hell, this match was better than anything from last night's WrestleMania. This match alone was better than anything we saw last night. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Well, I'll tell you, MF, this was perfect for Oba Femi. He emphatically showcased he is the next big monster in WWE, and Brock Lesnar made him look completely unstoppable. A win like this is what WrestleMania is made for. The ruler walks out as a bigger star than he already was, and he was already the clearest rising star in the business. The match itself was simple, which was the best thing possible from Lesnar at this stage. He did not need to do anything more. Oba will have more competitive matches on his way to the world title. Lesnar seemingly retiring here was a great send-off. While there is still speculation abound that he will be officially retired by Gunther at SummerSlam, there is no point to prolonging it. The Ring General does not need the rub. Oba deserves that spotlight more as the man who ended the Beast Incarnate's career. Let this hold and push Oba straight into the world title scene. He should be World Heavyweight Champion in 2026, and it should be a lengthy reign. The crowd chanting, Oba, Oba, was louder than any reaction from night one. And it was odd to see genuine emotion about a retirement from Lesnar, who has long sold fans that he does not care about wrestling. We've given him a lot of flack over the years, mainly because he was a part-time guy holding the top prize, when he had the Universal Championship under his stranglehold, pretty much under a lock and key almost. And we were very critical of that all those years ago. But tonight, what he did tonight for Oba Femi, major big ups to the Beast Incarnate. The alpha male of our species. He's on his way. He's on his way back to the farm in Saskatchewan, Canada, with Sable and his kids. Awesome. Say what you want about him, but you cannot deny the impact that Brock Lesnar had on this business. From the moment he made his debut, the night on Raw, the night after WrestleMania 18 in Montreal, when he first jumped onto the scene, we were like, whoa, okay, we got a future star on our hands. Little did we know that almost a quarter century later, he will end up going down as one of the all-time greats, as one of the greatest to ever do it. Next stop for him, no question about it, the WWE Hall of Fame. And I certainly wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being the headliner for the class of 2027. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Unless they have something otherwise planned. But we'll see about that. So to Brock Lesnar, we simply say to you, sir, if this is indeed it, we thank you for the memories, we thank you for the inspiration, and we thank you for the Beast Incarnate, the alpha male of our species, Brock Lesnar. enjoy your retirement. You damn sure deserve it. You've done more than enough for the business. But on this night, we got a new kid in town. His name is Obafemi. Do you hear that, guys? That's the sound of the rocket pack being placed on the back of the ruler. And after what we saw on the post show tonight, we'll have more to say about that in just a moment. But tonight, there's nothing left for me to say or do except this. I'm doing the strut, baby. Oba, oba, hoo. This man is the star of the 2020s, boys. Let's do the strut, baby. Come on. Let's do the strut. Hoo.
Who?
Oh, my goodness, boys. We got ourselves a hell of a diamond in the rough here. A blue chipper, if there ever was one. Probably not since the days of Brock Lesnar. Probably not since the days of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rocky Maivia. Bold prediction. He's going to be World Heavyweight Champion sometime later this year, number one. And number two, whether it's 2 nights still or, God forbid, they decide to go back to one night, because I know a lot of people are clamoring for WrestleMania to go back to one night again. Regardless of what it is next year, I truly believe in my heart of hearts, WrestleMania 43, Obafemi will be headlining one of those 2 nights. Book it. Nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, Phenom. We had our WrestleMania Sunday chat here tonight, and all we can say is, who?
We just
2.5.
witnessed.
2.5 stars is my rating, by the way. Go ahead, Bullock.
Yeah, 2.5 for me. And yes, this was better than anything that we saw last night with WrestleMania Saturday, and I think that those two set the tone for WrestleMania Sunday, which, well, we thought was better. How better? Well, you'll have to wait till later on. But this definitely was a tone setter. We just saw the birth, of a star in the making after what we saw tonight. Obafemi proved he is the next big thing. He is the real deal. If you didn't see what he did in his time in NXT, check it out. And we knew he had a chance to hang in with the main roster. All you gotta do is just go back to Saturday night's main event in December, guys. When he took on the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes, and he proved he can hang in there. And I thought he had a chance to pull off the upset until Drew McIntyre had to ruin everything. But we knew that what this guy was capable of, and then for him to step up to Lesnar and to challenge the Beast at WrestleMania was something. And then what he did tonight was he showed the world why he is the ruler, why he is the true next big thing. And I'm with you, Florio. Sometime before the end of this year, he's going to be World Heavyweight Champion. I can guarantee you. We're all high on this guy. Hell, even my guy, The Undertaker, is high on this guy. So, I can't wait to see. But the only question here is, guys, of course, where does he end up officially? Because does he end up signing with Raw or with SmackDown? But if he's going to be going after the World Heavyweight Championship, he has to be on Monday Night Raw. So we can find out tomorrow night. We'll see. But 2.5 stars, and Yeah, if this isn't, I mean, when me and Flora we were watching this, and the moment Lesnar was down, and then all of a sudden I saw him take off the gloves and the boots. I'm like, what? Is this a sign that he is retiring? I mean,
I think a couple of guys, especially on my end, we were joking. We were joking about Lesnar retiring, and then we start seeing it, and we're like, oh wait, oh no, this is really happening.
yeah,
This is really happening. And
when you saw Lesnar crying, and hell, even Paul Heyman was crying.
I don't think Heyman knew. I honestly think Heyman did not know Brock was going to do that, because that looked genuine. Like that looked like genuine shock, and I think
we all were.
I think Heyman did not know that Brock was about to do that.
I don't think any of us was expecting him to do that, because
yeah.
I mean, because we were all thinking maybe this was going to happen at SummerSlam, because where is SummerSlam this summer?
In Minneapolis.
Yeah, where Brock Lesnar, of course, where he went to the University of Minnesota.
Yep.
Originally Bill's hometown, but now he's on that farm in Saskatchewan, Canada now.
And I thought this would have been the perfect way for him to retire, but if this is indeed it, which I believe it is.
Yeah.
And if it is, all I can say is thank you, Brock, for everything you've done. I mean, yes, I know he's rubbed people the wrong way with some things, but you can't ignore the things he's done in the ring.
No.
I mean, all the accomplishments he's had, from King of the Ring to winning the WWE championships, Universal championships. I mean, I can go on and on and on with the list he's done in his career. And
multi-time Royal Rumble winner. Yes. King of the Ring. Yeah. I mean, he's a Money in the Bank winner.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
And so many accomplishments in his career, and of course the other big accomplishment where he ended the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania.
Yeah. And that was the one thing that I was actually mentioning before you came in here, Bullock, and I was mentioning
and the thing
about the breaking of the streak.
And the Undertaker was the one who he called it.
Yeah.
He wanted Brock Lesnar to be the one to end it.
And just like tonight, how Brock was the one that actually, Brock was the one that actually asked for Obafemi.
This was like a passing of the torch moment.
Yeah, he orchestrated all of this. So there's no doubt in my mind.
And we know the history of Brock Lesnar, where he could be a nog and a diva, where he could have turned it down and basically could have squashed Obafemi.
There was talk that Paul Heyman and Brock didn't want to lose until that night in Minnesota, but obviously Brock and the one thing is that if Brock likes you, he will give you the rub. He will do whatever it takes to make you look like a star. So
and that's what he did tonight.
So it's obvious. He likes Obafemi. He sees something in Obafemi, because if he did not, he would not have done what he did here tonight.
He would have squashed him.
Yeah. So
but that was not the case here.
No.
And rarely, like I said, rarely you see emotion coming out of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, very rare.
And you
very rare.
The moment after he took off the boots, put down the gloves, you rarely see any emotion out of Lesnar, and you saw it tonight here, folks.
Yeah. And at first, a lot of fans were screaming, no, Brock, don't do this, don't do this. And Brock did it, and at that moment, we're like, oh my God, did that just really happen?
Retire, what better place to do it than at WrestleMania?
Yeah, absolutely.
And this isn't the first time it's happened, where at WrestleMania we've seen a retirement from a wrestler.
Well,
Ric Flair at WrestleMania 24.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 26. I mean,
Triple H put his boots down at his WrestleMania, even though his career was ended because of the heart attack.
Yeah.
But obviously, yeah, WrestleMania has been the event where guys have had their swan song, their
And some
goodbyes.
people have said that Macho Man when it came to WrestleMania 7, but here's the thing. He did eventually come back.
Yeah,
So we're not going to count that.
no.
What
So
about Kurt Angle at 35?
Angle 35. Yeah, that was it.
yeah,
That was his last
completely
match.
I forgot about that one. So yeah, I mean, if this is it for Lesnar, which I think it is, thank you for everything you've done for this business. And yeah, next stop for you is most definitely the Hall of Fame.
There's a
And
talk of
the one and I already know who I think should induct Brock Lesnar.
Heyman.
Obviously, it's Paul Heyman.
Heyman. Easy.
It's an
And
easy answer. If it's anybody other than Heyman, I'd be disappointed.
yeah. And the other thing I will say this is now there's even talk that we may have co-headliners because they're also not only talking about him, they're also talking about possibly John Cena going in.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, if that's the case, if we get Cena and Brock, dude, and then not only that, but Dave Bautista has not even had his day to be inducted into the Hall of Fame yet because Bautista was supposed to go in and then he backed out. So so we still are waiting on Dave Bautista to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Imagine that 3. But then there was this talk. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time where they talked about what they called the OVW4. Now, if you remember those 4, that
Lesnar was
was
one of them.
Lesnar,
Batista.
hold on. Lesnar, Cena, Batista, and Randy Orton. Is it possible? We could get all 4 in one shot?
It could be, but we'll have to wait and see down the line. Right now we just got through this year's Hall of Fame. I mean, we'll see what next year's bring.
Okay.
So it's possible, but I say let's pump the brakes on it for now. So
I trust me, I'm not pumping the brakes on that, Bullock. I've already thought of it, and my guys have already thought of it, and we're all saying consensus, yes, that should be the 4. But again,
if that is the case, I think we could be looking at the greatest Hall of Fame class ever.
yes. All right,
but we'll see. We'll see. So 2.5 stars definitely was better than anything we saw last night from WrestleMania Saturday. So let's move on, Fletch.
Anthony Flair is going to lead off on next one for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship.
Only fitting.
It was a 6-man ladder match. The champion Penta versus Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Rusev, and JD McDonough. The winner of the bout, 15 minutes and 10 seconds, and still the Intercontinental Champion Penta wins it. Florio, it's yours.
4 to 4.25 stars. Man, oh man. Ladder matches are purely spot fest, especially with this many people involved, and fans have seen it all before. However, good pacing and a lineup of talent that is willing to take some rough bumps is enough to deliver a spectacle. This was about as good as it could be. Penta needed to win, as he has not had enough time as Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion yet. Javon Evans was the star of this match, but Penta was not far behind. Evans took some heavy bumps in this one, flying around throughout this bout only to crash and burn. His OG cutter on Rusev will be on highlight reels for the rest of his career. Dragon Lee was the other major standout in this bout, especially his sequences with Rey Mysterio. And WWE needs to find a strong spot for him post-Mania. From here, any of these stars could continue to feud with Penta, for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. But the biggest rivalry WWE should immediately highlight is Javon Evans versus Rusev. And Michael Cole called out that this was the first time Ray and Dragon had fought, leading to an early, strong back-and-forth sequence. They fought often throughout this match. As Rusev started his first climb, he got a solid Rusev Day chant, despite not using that gimmick since his return. Rusev's head bumped hard off the rung of the ladder he broke through. He did return to the match. And Michael Cole did a great job running down the work of everyone in the match after the result, putting them over. Michael Bullock and I, we set an over-under at how many times MF was going to scream out, "Look at this," during this match. And we set it at 3. Oh, he went way over tonight. He went way over. And, of course, he even threw in some Joey Styles, "Oh, my God," moments during this as well. I mean, where do I even start? Where do I even start? Oh, my God, where do I even start with this? I mean, that the OG cutter by Evans. When Evans did that first big dive over the top, that was the first look at this moment. And then when Penta lifted up Ray into a West Coast pop on Rusev through the ladder. Look at this. Oh my God. And then with the Mexican Destroyer on the ladder. And just epicness. I mean, this was also better than what we saw last night as well. If you're pressed for time for night one, the only matches that are worth watching are Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu in their unsanctioned match, and the Seth Rollins and Gunther. Everything else, you can easily skip it. Tonight, go out of your way to watch that first hour that was exclusively on ESPN. That first hour tonight alone was better than what we got all of last night. Absolutely amazing. 4 to 4.25 stars is my rating for this. Excellent ladder match. Right outcome. I was secretly pulling for Javon to win because I'm so damn high on that young man, but he'll get his moment eventually. He will get his moment eventually. He's 21 years old. He's got a lot of life left ahead of him. But right now it's Penta's time, and I am certainly not mad at that. He's a perfect flag bearer for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, and it was only fitting I start this off because everybody knows my love and respect and appreciation for that very title. And one of the best Intercontinental matches at Mania in some time, although last year was very good too with that 4-way. But we've done pretty good with the Intercontinental Championship is back, folks. It really is. The last 4 years, the Intercontinental Championship has had some show-stealing bouts. 39, Gunther, McIntyre, Sheamus. That was a 5-star classic. 40 with Gunther and Sami Zayn. That was a damn near 5-star classic. Last year, the 4-way with Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominic, and Finn. That was a very good match. That was a good 3.5 to 4. But tonight, 4 to 4.25 stars. Excellent ladder match, and it's going to rank up there with Shawn and Razor from 10. So, and then 31 and 32 as well. So, very, very well done. Not much more to say. Michael Bullock, 4 to 4.25 stars for me. And what a great run for the Intercontinental Championship over the last few years at WrestleMania. The title truly is back now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, with what we've seen the last 4 years. I mean, like you said, with what we saw with Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Sheamus, and then of course Sami Zayn and Gunther, and of course last year with that ladder match, and of course now, or that 4-way, I should say, and now this ladder match. Whew, I definitely enjoyed this. I mean, 4.25. I mean, Penta did what fans won with. I mean, everything that we saw, all the awesome spots that we got in this match. I mean, and yes, I mean, don't worry, Javon Evans is going to get his moment eventually, but But tonight was all about Penta as he retains the title. I mean, yeah, there's really nothing more for me to say. So it's yours, Fletch.
Four stars, no doubt about it. This was an excellent ladder match. We were eating this up. Yes, the look at this was definitely well over. I think I did the look at this at least 12 times in the match, and four, oh my gods, in the entire matchup. To say the very least, it was wild. It was crazy. We were eating it up. Me and the Discord crew were eating it up. And I'll say this, my boy Jake Turner, shout out to him. If I got to look at this and oh my God, the one thing he likes to say is Jesus, because he said that at least 3 or 4 times in the match. His all I just heard was Jesus because of a crazy spot or something like that, or it would have been us going, oh. Like Floyo and I hate to say it, Floyo, but you've been replaced on the low because now it's me and Jake Turner or me and Mexi or me and Mikey Lee. We were kind of stealing that thunder from you. So sorry, Floyo, you might have been replaced on when that part of it, but oh man, yeah, this was amazing. We all were flipping out. We all were losing our minds with this one. Well over 4 stars is our rating for it. So now we go into this is the portion where sorry ESPN proper, bye-bye. Now we're on the ESPN app, on the Unlimited app, or if you still had it internationally on Netflix. The first official match of this part of the WrestleMania fight card was Trick Williams going up against Sami Zayn for the United States Heavyweight Championship. The winner of the bout, 7 minutes and 10 seconds. And no! United States Heavyweight Champion. It was Trick Williams, the Lemon Pepper Steppers, is walking us out with the U.S. title, and Michael Bullock, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Whoop that trick.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that, Florio.
I like it.
Trick.
Oh, yeah,
Whoop.
man. Oh, yeah, man.
Normally I don't do it, but I gotta do it. New champion, history made, unprecedented crowning. Mike Bullock, it's yours, brother.
2.5 stars is my rating for this. I mean, yes, I mean this is what it had to be. I mean, Trick Williams. I mean, this is obviously the biggest moment for him. I mean, to win the U.S. title at WrestleMania, and also what a moment for him to have his parents at ringside. I mean, you saw after the match hugging his mom and dad. I mean, that was just an awesome moment for him, and I expect big things for him as the United States champion. So there's really nothing more for me to say except Fletch, it is yours. Whoop that trick!
Yeah, I'm gonna give this about 2.5 stars. This was a solid matchup. I really got nothing bad to say about it. It was good for what it was worth. It was a clean win. That's all that we needed. They could have done it different ways. The fans were booing Sammy. Sammy was not getting any love. We get that. Blah, 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 blah. But Trick Williams, we were saying it. We felt it. We were thinking, oh my God, this guy's great. This guy should make it. He's going to get the belt eventually. It happened. He is the United States heavyweight champion, and it could not have happened to a better guy. This is one of those where in the Discord group, we were more excited because of the fact that, I hate to say this, there's a lot of Sammy hate in that room. A couple of guys have been very critical of Sami Zayn for a number of years. And, well, let's just say tonight, for those guys, they got the golden moment. This was their WrestleMania moment as we got to see it. Really nothing more to say. Anthony, it's yours.
one of the running gags, one of the newest running gags that myself and Michael Bullock have during our SmackDown chat. You brought it up, MF. We talk about the lemon pepper steppers. I mean, I even joke around that it sounds like an appetizer at a restaurant there. I mean,
It probably does, yeah.
and if they were to be, they would be loaded. Yes, they would. So, oh yeah, the lemon pepper steppers. I mean, during the countdown show, they showed a little girl. There was a little girl in the crowd of people during the countdown show. She was wearing the white fur coat, and she even had a pair of lemon pepper steppers on. That just shows you
How
how
over
over.
he is. Yep.
Oh yeah, if you have a little girl doing that,
Yep.
oh my goodness, wow. And an interesting story about Trick's mom. Trick was on the post show, and he told the guys that his mother had a knee replacement surgery about a month or so ago, and his mother told him that there was no way, even with this, there is no way I was going to miss your first WrestleMania moment. And oh man, that's awesomeness right there. So to the business at hand here, 2.5 stars is the rating. This was tightly composed and put over Trick big. While it was shorter than it could have, maybe even should have been, Sammy maximized the time to give Trick his best performance on the main roster. Before the bell first rang, it was clear that this needed to be Trick's moment, and he can run with the United States Heavyweight Championship for a while. WWE should lean babyface with him, though, as the crowd is too invested in him to boo him. Sammy was set up as a transitional champion from the moment he dethroned Carmelo Hayes, so the result was no surprise. It was still the right move. This should only further the now former champion's descent into a dark place where he can redefine himself as a heel, still in pursuit of the world championship. The crowd was conflicted about Sami Zayn, booing him but also singing to his theme. The crowd was not conflicted at all in cheering for Trick and pulling out the whoop that Trick for the entire entrance. Little Yachty introducing him. And did you see Trick Williams with the jacket that stretched all the way down the ramp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it just me, or did that have the look of the look or a feel of a wedding type dress almost?
Yeah, the train. They call it a train, and that's and if you're, you know what? This is where I wish we had Dee Dee Woodson here tonight.
Yes.
Because I know she would actually be able to tell us about the train and everything else. That's kind of because only the brides would know that better than us. So for me, for Anthony Floyo, for Michael Bullock, we're fish out of water. That's not our cup of tea. But our first lady, Dee Dee Woodson, I'm pretty sure she's gone to many of her weddings with her children, herself. So I'm pretty sure she would know all about that part. So I think she would have been the perfect person to answer that particular question. Yeah.
Amazing. Absolutely.
But I will say this, they did make a meme out of it because now you got this they did the train thing, and it's like a receipt from like a Walmart with everything on it, like coupons and whatnot. I tell you, they absolutely took this, and they're going wild with this right now. The internet is undefeated tonight with the memes because, oh my Lord, Trick, you made yourself a meme at WrestleMania tonight, brother.
He certainly did. And wow. Bullock and I couldn't believe it when we were having our chat there. I mean, when we saw that, we were like, what in the world is that?
Yeah, we were saying the same thing. We were saying, well, like, look at, like, what the heck? And one of our friends, Obs, she was like, that looks like a train at a wedding. And she's like, who's getting married tonight? We were all joking about it, too. We all were going in on that.
And then another really cool moment on the post show, Lash Legend came out to celebrate with her man.
Yep.
So that was awesome too. So needless to say, other than those 2 nights when Trick Williams won the NXT Championship a couple years ago, there is no doubt about this. This will forever be the greatest night of Trick Williams' wrestling career at the
Mm,
moment. Who knows? Maybe there could be some even bigger and greater nights down the road for him because he's just as over is.
yeah.
So Pat and Barbara McDonald, they called themselves Timbuk 3 right around 1986 or so. They released a song. It's called "The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades." And oh yeah, the future is definitely bright with all these young talents here tonight.
Yep.
So, future's so bright, we gotta wear our shades, boys. There's no doubt about it.
Indeed. Indeed. All right, let's
Yeah.
move on. Next up, we're gonna go a little quicker now. We got to start upping the pace here.
Okay.
So next up we got is Finn Balor, the Demon, going 1-on-1 with Dominic Mysterio. Now they did make this last minute a street fight. So winner of the bout in roughly 13 minutes, the Demon, Finn Balor. All right. This was a fine match. This was a good fight. I enjoyed it. I liked this matchup. This was up and down all over the place. But everybody knows the minute the demon shows up, you are screwed. And yeah, he showed up. He looked like he was in a very pissed off mood. And once he got going, man, it was amazing. Now Dom did good. Tom actually did very well in the matchup, so this made it at least an easy three, at least a 3.25, 3.5 star bout. But at the end, it was the coup de grace. It was the coup de grace by the demon to put it away, or like Luigi would say, the coup de grace. But whatever the case may be, it was over. Finn wins. Anytime you get the demon, it's a spectacle. And what greater spectacle to have it than at the grandest stage of them all, the granddaddy of them all, WrestleMania. This is WrestleMania worthy, folks. That was a WrestleMania worthy moment. Nothing more to say. Anthony, Finn, the demon, he's back. And boy, was he back in the vengeance.
Business picked up, didn't it, MF? Oh man. 3.25, 3.5 stars. I agree with that rating. This was a fun street fight, though. It's not quite as physically brutal as Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu from last night, which was the only other true plunder match of the night. Dominic and Finn used similar weapons for similar moves throughout, leading to a contest that lacked for variety, but at least allowed the Demon to win for the first time in a long time. The main roster has so completely neutered the concept of the Demon over the years, and this might be a good sign that Balor can finally fully run with the gimmick. The Demon should only come out in big matches for must-win matches. There is no reason he should don the paint if he is losing definitively until Finn Balor starts to consider retirement. While Dominic is the younger star with more upside, he could not win here. These two will likely fight again, where Dirty Dom will get his win back, and he is still the AAA Mega Campeon for the foreseeable future. And, yeah, so I think I've pretty much had my say on this. So, 3.25, 3.5 for this. So, Michael Bullock, nothing more to say. The Demon is back and business has just picked up.
3.25, 3.5. I mean, yeah, like you said. I mean, when the demon shows up, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't end well for his opponents, and it didn't end well for Dom. I mean, yeah, and like you said, this was originally supposed to be a regular match, but Adam Pearce made it a street fight. And you want to know why, Florio and Fletch? Why? Because Dominic Mysterio had to continue to run his mouth and bitch and moan and say, "Oh, I don't want to fight the demon and all that." Well, you mess with angry Adam Pearce. Yeah, that's what he does, and that's what he did. And yeah, the demon, and he poked. And let's not forget, Dominic. He poked the bear, or should he say poked the demon? And the demon showed up at WrestleMania, and yeah, I mean, you knew the moment the demon arrived, it was doomsday for Dom, and that's what we saw here. And yeah, I mean when you, when you see that look on the demon's face, I mean, it's got to be terrifying when you see that. So we'll see what's next for Dom and for Finn Balor as now that this match is over. So nothing more to say. Let's move on, Fletch.
Next up, we did have was for the WWE Women's Title. Rhea Ripley going one-on-one with the defending champion Jade Cargill, winner of the bout. 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And new WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Rhea wins the title, which means Rhea now officially becomes a member of the SmackDown roster, even though they did hint that she was probably on her way to SmackDown, but because of everything going on, now she's officially a part of the Blue brand. Anthony Florio, it is all yours as history was made. Unprecedented crowning. Rhea Ripley becomes the WWE Women's Champion.
If anybody was going to save the if anybody was going to save the weekend for the women's division, it was going to be Rhea Ripley. She arrived with fire and gave Jade Cargill easily her best match in WWE, possibly her entire career. It was not even top 10 for Ripley's career, but that was mainly down to the interruption of the flow, courtesy of interference, eerily familiar to last night's Women's World Championship match with Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan. They got more time than any other women's match, but this could have used another 5 minutes to truly solidify Cargill in her biggest match to date. It is never a bad idea to put a world title on Rhea Ripley, though it did not feel like Jade Cargill never truly got off the ground as the WWE Women's Champion. Hopefully a reset and more competitive rivals can keep giving the Storm chances like this to deliver and prove her worth beyond her presentation. Io Sky should move over to SmackDown with Ripley as soon as possible. The two are still better together, no matter who is the world champion. And that's pretty much it. And Rhea declared, "I got the championship and I got the girl," when she was celebrating with Io. And that's all I can say on that. So congratulations to Rhea Ripley. And one thing that Bullock and I, we talked about during our chat tonight, and I think Michael Cole even mentioned it on commentary. Rhea Ripley is starting to slowly but surely be starting to be in the consideration for Miss WrestleMania. I mean, this is the third time now that she has won a women's world championship, taking the title from the champion. This is the third time she has now done that. She did it at 37 with Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. 39, she did it over Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship in one of the greatest, if not the greatest, women's match in Mania history. And successfully defended against Becky at 40. And now she defeats Jade Cargill, and she's practically won every women's world championship there is to win. NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Women's World Championship, and now the WWE Women's Championship. She's only been beaten at WrestleMania twice, but she certainly is slowly. She should most certainly be in the conversation for a Miss WrestleMania. But that's a story for another day. So around 3 to 3 1/4. That's the best I can go for this, and no doubt about it, and easily Jade's best match. But then again, look who she was in there with.
Yeah.
Simple enough. So 3 1/4. Michael Bullock, mommy is back on top.
Yeah, 3 1/4. I mean, this was a good match here. I mean, like you said, Rhea probably gave Jade her best match since coming to WWE. I mean, I know a lot of people, Fletch, have not given two craps about this match, and they didn't care about the build either. But me and Flora, we actually gave it a chance because it's a fresh feud, and you never know what they could bring. I mean, and it turned out to be a good match. And let's face it, this was the right outcome because, and I've made this perfectly clear in the past, and especially when we previewed WrestleMania. Jade's run as women's champion has been utterly disappointing. I mean,
Yeah.
she's only had like 3-4 title defenses since she won the women's title in November.
Yes.
That's very disappointing. I mean, I expected more out of this, but obviously they had to take the title off of her, and now maybe with Rhea as the champion, maybe we'll start to see the title being defended more from Rhea.
Mm.
And now with her on SmackDown, this is what you would say, Fletch, is a shot in the arm for your division.
Absolutely. Yes.
Because SmackDown needs help with its women's division more than Monday Night Raw does.
Yeah, I agree.
So this will definitely help, and who knows, with this being a Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania, who knows? Maybe you could get some more help for the women's division. So, but we'll find out on that first SmackDown after Mania this coming Friday and see if we get more women. Because, again, I mean, Rhea is a start, but damn it to hell, they need some more help.
Yes.
So, we'll see. So,
Yep.
3.25. It's yours, Fletch.
All right. So then we had a little bit of a sideshow moment. So just take a breather, guys. Right after that, then John Cena came out, introduced announced the attendance, which was 55,255, a combined total of 106,072 fans. Then the Miz came out, Kit Wilson came out, and then Danhausen came out with a little bunch of little youngsters that were dressed up like Danhausen. Danhausen puts over the whole thing, and then there was a moment where we were like, oh no, is he going to curse John Cena, the GOAT himself? No. A big fan, honored. Thank you for I've always wanted to meet you. I'm glad I'm here. Danhausen is happy to be here with the GOAT himself. And, then Ms. Kit Wilson, they were trying to, got all pissy about it. And then one of the Danhausens, the little Danhausens, Rochambeau, I punch you in the nuts. So then, so he had that happen. Then Danhausen took him down with 5-knuckle shuffle. Well, Danhausen's version of the 5-knuckle shuffle. And then and then the little Danhausens carried the Miz away to God knows where. Cena was by himself with Danhausen. Poof! Danhausen disappears in a plume of smoke. Well, try to. Because it's daylight in an arena, in an open stadium, it didn't work. It was a funny haha. However, Cena sold it, saying, "God, I love retired life, and this is the most fun I've ever had." Leading it into the main event of the evening for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is the champion CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns had a legendary entrance. He had a piano. He had, somebody who was singing. It was more of a, the style. And in the back, you saw the ancestry of the bloodline. Pierre Maivia, Alpha, Sika, and Yokozuna. And then Roman came out. The ones were high in the sky in Vegas as It was, and I even said it to the guys, and I said it to my Discord group. Las Vegas, WrestleMania, it's time to acknowledge. And I said it exactly like that. And it was awesome, man. That was an awesome thing. But then CM Punk did not did his own thing. AFI's Misera Cantera. That's the music we heard in the background, all the clips, everything else. My boy Jake Turner absolutely was in tears. CM Punk is one of his favorite wrestlers, and he loves his indie run. Misera Cantera is one. If you know, you know. That is the original CM Punk theme song. Misera Cantera was the theme that they used during the Ring of Honor days, in his indie days. That's the song that made Punk an icon. When they played that, it's almost like when they did the Fire Burns last year at WrestleMania last year. They did that song. This time they did Misera Cantera. It was freak. In the mortal words of Macho Man Randy Savage, it was freak out. Ooh, yeah. Nothing more to say. When it was all said and done, the war was amazing. The winner in 33 minutes and 55 seconds, and new world heavyweight champion, Roman Reigns. Michael Bullock, it is yours.
And I'll tell you this, Fletch, this was far and away better than the main event that we had last night. I mean, what a matchup. I mean, this was everything what we expected. The build to this match was good. The match was really good. I mean, part of me wants to pull the trigger and give it 5, but I'm going to give it maybe 4.5 to 4.75. But without a doubt, this was definitely the fight of the night, and I'm not surprised by the outcome. And yeah, I mean, Roman is once again back on top as the tribal chief and as champion once again. And yeah, I mean, and he said some things in the post show, Fletch, that really was interesting.
Oh yeah.
And he said, he's heard the talk about, I mean, with the trash talk from Obafemi about going after the OTC, and also hearing people saying, you're giving the championship to a part timer. He's a part timer. Well, he said, I'm gonna fix that. You're gonna be seeing a lot of me this summer. Could this mean that he's back to being a full-time wrestler?
I got something in mind that I'm thinking it's gonna be a yes. I think we may see Roman, or if we're gonna see him, we may see him like maybe more than once or twice a month. I think we might see him at least 3 times a month. And yeah, we may even see him at pay-per-views monthly now. So I think he might take a little bit here, a little bit there
Yeah,
off,
but not
but
like what it used to
but
be.
not like what he used to. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see long periods.
Yeah,
You may see him maybe away for a month or two, a week or two, but I think he'll definitely be around for like the pay-per-views. Like he said, it might be like a semi. I think he's going to be more semi part-time, but not as part-time as he was. But if he's saying he full-time, I'm for it, man, because I don't mind
I'm
the
for it too.
OTC. I'm for it.
So yeah, there's really nothing more to say. I mean, what a match this was. I mean, 4.5, 4.75. It's yours, Fletch.
I'm gonna give it the 5. I gotta pull it. This was amazing storytelling. This was a great battle, back and forth. Everything was great. The reason why CM Punk lost it was because his body gave out. That was the story. It wasn't that Punk, there was no cheating. There was no interference. That's why I'm giving it the 5. There was no overbook. There was nothing there. It was a great fight, a great battle, a great war, back and forth, one-on-one. They absolutely tore the house down. And at the end, it's an and new. Roman rises and the empire lives again.
And this is the definition of what a WrestleMania main event should look like.
Yes. And that's exactly what I alluded to it to my guys. We alluded to it as well. This was most definitely the main event. It was a great main event. And yeah, this lived up. This is what WrestleMania is all about. This is what WrestleMania was meant to be. I'll say it like this, and we've all been saying it. Last night was like a Monday Night Raw, like a Saturday night's main event, and even the Discord group, we all agreed that didn't feel like WrestleMania. This felt like WrestleMania. Tonight felt like WrestleMania. This felt like what we've always remember. The showcase of the Immortals, the greatest show on earth. This is the coming out of WWE. Last night, all the haters were out in full force. The tiki torches and the pitchforks, they all were out in full force. Tonight, you are not finding one tiki torch and the whatever fire that was blazing from last night's garbage fest. That fire is out. That fire got dosed with water, literally out of jump from Oba and Brock. That fire went out, and the only thing we had was maybe little embers. And the main event basically doused the final water. And yeah, that dumpster fire is gone. It's out. There's nothing more to say.
And if you were looking for a rant from us tonight,
you're not finding it here. I will say this. If JD from NY rants about this night of WrestleMania, brother, you're a fucking moron. And I'll call you that to your fucking face.
And you're a fucking fraud.
No, he's not a fraud. He's not a fraud. No, Bullock. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. He's not a fraud. But I will leave it at that.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Those
Florio,
two things
it's yours.
Are absolutely true.
I did see some of his show earlier. I haven't seen any. I didn't really see anything. I mean, the only thing that bothered him and bothered me pretty much was, all the commercials and all that. Way too many commercials, and it was because of the corporate greed. The TKO.
Now that I agree with. That's not only TKO's fault. That's ESPN's fault too. No, I agree with that. That I will definitely. I will say, okay, I'll give you that one, JD. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, we'll give him that one.
And that's why the fans were booing.
On anything else?
No,
that's when we would call him out.
There's no ranting. I didn't see any rants. So
good.
All's good. So and the fans were booing when John Cena mentioned that this was the first WrestleMania on ESPN, and I think that's the reason why. That's my hunch, because they were upset about what if you were watching it on the app and having to deal with all those commercials. So, but anyways, wow, what a match. The ideal for a main event is to outshine everything else on the card. And CM Punk versus Roman Reigns lived up to that. While the two had plenty more time than anything but night one's main event, they also made the most of the spotlight and build. For all the words exchanged and hatred promised, they backed it up with action. This was as smooth and athletic CM Punk has looked in WWE while still selling the violent damage in this match. Roman Reigns also looked great throughout, performing with the most physical edge he has had in years. These two laid into each other, especially down the stretch. This was not just the best action of Mania, it was also one of the best Mania main events in WWE's long history, fully elevated by the in-ring work of two men at the top of their game. Despite the bluster of both men, Punk and Reigns have not always delivered at this high a level. In fact, this may stand as the greatest match of both men's careers, not in terms of drama or story, but pure in-ring action. Roman's win was not surprising, but it also felt appropriate by the end. The OTC was the younger, hungrier competitor in this moment. Punk was shown to be the lesser man on the biggest stage. This sets the stage for Punk to question how much he has left, while Reigns is back at the top of the mountain seeking fresh challengers. It will be up to WWE to find fresh names who can take down the OTC, because he just established himself once more as the peak of the wrestling business. And the last time he did that, he broke records. And the trash talk and mind games in this match were great, leading to a perfectly executed Punk knee into the corner while Reigns called out in agony. And the referee, Rod Zapata, grew increasingly more annoyed with the antics of Punk and Reigns, with both looking like heels in their interactions. But, I mean, there's a part of me that wants to go with Bullock's rating of the 4.5 to 4 3/4. There's another part of me that wants to pull the trigger like MF did and give it 5. But I'm gonna meet you in the middle. I'm gonna give it between 4.5 to 5. I mean, this was the fight of the night, easily the best match of WrestleMania. It felt like a WrestleMania worthy main event, just like when the two of them and Seth Rollins, when they main evented night 1 last year, that had the feel of a WrestleMania main event, even though there was no title on the line in that. And the last 2 Cody main events have been awful. But the last 2 years with these two guys, with Rollins a year ago and just the two of them tonight, 2 of the best WrestleMania main events of all time. Easy. Outcome never in doubt. The OTC is back, and we'll take him on Monday Night Raw. We'll gladly have him as our flag bearer. Absolutely. Even though CM Punk did an admirable job of being our flag bearer for the last 169 days. Because he also won his title on that November 1st, Saturday night's main event, when he defeated Jey Uso when the title was vacated by Seth Rollins' injury. So, yeah, congratulations, Roman Reigns. He said he's going to be back all summer, boys. So we're going to see him all summer. That's what he said. He said I'm going to be around all summer. Too bad it's not that SmackDown that we're going to be going to on June 12th, but it is what it is. But 4.5 to 5, fight of the night, no doubt about it. Incredible. Let's get to the overall review.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much argument on this one. Last night was a 4 out of 10. Tonight, we're doubling that number. 8 out of 10 for this WrestleMania. This one was far and away the best thing that we had all weekend. This was exactly what we said it was going to be. This was easily, I could even say 8.5 out of 10. But this was an incredible night, to say the very least. Incredible event. And you gotta love it, man. You know what? WWE, for all the flack that we give you about your booking, everything else, my friends, you outdid yourselves on this one. This was a great way to close it. Incredible WrestleMania weekend. You know, we were a little nervous about the booking. We were a little nervous about the road going in. Trust me, there's no more worry now. You nailed it. First night was a crash and burn from beginning to end. From the start, where it started out red hot, it kept going. And then the thing was, we're like, you got to stick the landing. You got to stick the landing. Please stick the landing. They stuck the landing. It was perfect. 8 to 8.5 out of 10 for me. Definitely the better of the 2 nights. And go figure. I think this is like 2 or 3 years in a row where night 2's been better than night 1. So, nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, they knocked this one out of the park tonight, man. This one was this was damn like we used to say. This was day and night. Oh, no, I mean night and day.
Day and night, night and day. All right, we'll give it to you.
It's yours, brother.
We all know that running gag. MF would then say, couldn't wait to say no, could you? No, MF, no. And then I would say, so all right, select again. And then you would thank Miss Judge for overruling Mr. Big Shot there. Yeah, we all remember that running gag from that Celebrity Jeopardy with Regis Philbin and Alex Trebek. I mean, those two were gold together, and we miss them both to this day. So, anyways, and by the way, go back and watch our tributes that we did during 2020. We paid tribute to both men, and two of the best tributes we ever did when we paid our respects to those two legends that night. But anyways, all kidding aside, since WrestleMania moved to 2 nights, WWE has consistently delivered at least one quality night of action. Night 2 lived up to the billing this year. While one less match on the card set up a tighter pace, it was not pacing that sold this night, but strong, consistent work from the performers. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk delivered a main event to remember after a consistently strong series of matches that also elevated the talent involved. Obafemi and Trick Williams left as bigger stars who should now be considered among the premier talent in WWE. Even weaker matches like Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor did not take away from the night. And bouts such as Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley that could have used more time did not disappoint. The night did not have major surprises, delivering more conventional results, but the show actually benefited from that emphasis. This was about living in the moment of the show of shows and should make night 1 a forgotten afterthought on a weekend when WWE finally landed the plane. 8 to 8.5 out of 10. I 100% agree with the rating. Nothing left to say except take us home, Bullock.
Yeah, 8 to 8.5. Definitely a big time improvement from WrestleMania Saturday. So, yeah, you guys pretty much said everything. So I think it's time to call it a night. And Fletch, let's set the table for the future content.
Future content goes like this. We start out on Tuesday night with Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio, as we'll have Monday Night Raw, the Raw after Mania, and NXT. We'll have that as well. Then after that, on Thursday, I believe is another edition of TXN Sports World. We got, I believe we're going to be covering, I don't know. Oh, no, wait. That's the NFL draft night. All right, no, we're not going to do anything this week. We're going to postpone because next week, the week after, that's when we do our draft special. So we're going to hold off. We'll take a week off. And then on Friday, we'll come back with another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk, SmackDown Live, TNA, and we'll have everything else coming up. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening. For Anthony Florio, for Michael Bullock, I'm Michael Fletcher, saying so long, everybody, and we'll see you all on Tuesday night.